What if I told you most successful people aren't actually smarter than everyone else? They were just luckier. Imagine 1 million monkeys trading stocks completely at random. Every day they buy and sell shares with no strategy, no knowledge, and no understanding of the market. Pure chaos. After the first week, something interesting happens. About half of the monkeys make money while the other half lose money. The losing monkeys are removed and only the profitable ones remain. In the second week, the exact same thing happens again. Half win, half lose. The losers disappear. Week after week, the process repeats itself until eventually only one monkey remains. One monkey with a perfect record who somehow picked the right stocks every single time and became unbelievably rich. The media immediately becomes obsessed with this monkey. Experts rush to study its behavior and discover its secret formula for success. Maybe it eats more bananas than the others. Maybe it sleeps differently. Maybe it spends more time thinking before making trades. Surely there must be something special about it. But the uncomfortable truth is this: the monkey was never a genius. It was simply lucky. This story perfectly demonstrates something psychologists call outcome bias. Humans tend to judge decisions based on the final result instead of judging the quality of the decision itself. If someone becomes successful, we assume they made brilliant decisions. If someone fails, we assume they were foolish. But reality is far more complicated than that. Humans hate randomness. We desperately want to believe that success is always earned and failure is always deserved. That's why society worships successful people and turns them into role models. We study their habits, routines, and personalities as if copying them guarantees success. But we almost never study the thousands of people who did the exact same things and still failed. This creates a dangerous illusion. We only see the survivors. The losers quietly disappear from the story. History suffers from the exact same problem. Looking back at major historical events, everything seems obvious after the fact. Take the attack on Pearl Harbor during World War II. Today, people often ask, how did nobody see it coming? But at the time, reality was confusing. There were thousands of conflicting signals. Some suggested danger, while others suggested nothing would happen. Once an event happens, the human brain rewrites history and creates the illusion that the outcome was predictable all along. This is why hindsight is dangerous. We judge past decisions using information that people at the time did not actually have. Another example involves heart surgeons. Imagine 3 surgeons performing a difficult operation with a known 20% death rate. Surgeon A loses no patients. Surgeon B loses 1 patient. Surgeon C loses 2 patients. Most people instantly assume Surgeon A is the best and Surgeon C is the worst. But statistically, the sample size is far too small to draw meaningful conclusions. Randomness still plays a huge role. In reality, there may not be a huge difference between the performances of these surgeons at all. To truly judge a surgeon, you would need to evaluate preparation, skill, decision-making, execution, and hundreds of operations over time. In other words, you judge the process, not just the outcome. Yet in everyday life, humans constantly confuse good outcomes with good decisions. Sometimes, terrible decisions produce amazing results simply because of luck. And sometimes, intelligent decisions fail because of factors outside our control. This idea changes the way you see success, failure, and even yourself. A failed outcome does not automatically mean you made the wrong decision, and a successful outcome does not automatically prove that your choices were brilliant. The real goal in life is not to guarantee success. That's impossible. The real goal is to consistently make rational and intelligent decisions even when outcomes are uncertain. Because in the long run, strong decision-making matters far more than short-term luck. So the next time you see someone wildly successful, don't immediately assume they discovered some magical secret. And when you fail, Don't immediately assume you are incompetent. Sometimes life is skill, sometimes it is hard work, but many times life is simply probability wearing a disguise.